It's Rich, Tennessee Homestead. How the heck are you today? Me, I'm doing good. Uh, just got back in and threw some clothes in the dryer so the buzzer goes off. That's what it is. Gotta wash clothes, man. Anyway, um, I was out working with that young fella I'm working with right now, and he was. I took him a book this morning on Excel spreadsheets because we'd talked a little bit on the phone last night, and then went back out there today. Lord, we he's coming around, man. That boy working his tush off. Yeah, he did a heck of a job. I ought to be young again, huh? But anyway, he was when I started showing him how to. I took him a copy of one of my spreadsheets down there and was showing it to him, and he was flipping through it, and he said, "Man, that's a lot of information you got." Yeah, it is. Well, yeah, it is. I said, "This is a business, you know. You can't just be, throwing your money around and not keeping track of it, because what happens if you guy comes up and offers you $500 for a calf, and you think, and he's kind of hemming around, he doesn't have much money, and you decide to give him a $25 discount or a $50 discount to make the deal, and after you get down and really look at it, thought if I'd took and stick with my 500, I'd have made money. Instead, that came right out of my wallet. Know what your costs are. Okay? You need to be able to pull that spreadsheet up month to month to month, or even week to week or day to day if you have to, and know what your costs are. Total costs. Okay? Now, of course, for like big infrastructure projects in your house and your farm land, yada yada, that gets spread out over years, but you have that fixed price. Keep close watch on your costs, because that's going to be the difference of whether when you get that big check from selling a bunch of cattle, you know how much of it's yours and how much of it's going to have to go back into that farm. Because if you just keep it all for you, you're going to have a hard time trying to pull it all off. I knew a guy through his wife, really, and his grandparents had set him up. I mean, set him up. A lot of he set him up with like some hogs and stuff. Had the feed in the silos for him. I mean, this guy had his operation set, ready to run, and good start. Trying to help him out. And he did great. Got them all raised up, sold. Went out and bought himself a custom little RV van thing and a truck. And yeah. Now, he didn't have enough money to replace those pigs he sold or the grain he'd used. How long do you think he had that farm? Yeah. Finally, Grandma and Grandpa had to go take the place back and kick his butt out the door. I think they rented the house for a while. You know your costs. Okay, you got to have that operating expense. You got to know what your operating expenses are, and you got to have it. Sometimes that means hanging on to your cattle a little longer. Okay. If you're looking at the prices coming out of fall, cattle prices usually go down. Going into spring and summer, and especially pushing toward winter, prices are going up. Okay. And then once winter comes, you'll see them start falling off again. So a lot of times, I'm just going to go ahead and run them out on grass for the rest of the season before I sell them. Get your money that way. People look at being this is anything but a business, they're nuts. I mean, and it's tough business, really, if you do it right, because you got to be part accountant, along with being, if you're farming, a farmer, or if you're raising cattle, you got to be a good stockman, CPA, commodities broker. There's a whole list of hats you got hanging on the wall there. Okay. And yeah, it is a real pain in the tush to come in from work. You've worked your tush off all day. You're hot. You're sweaty. You grab a bite to eat. The only thing you're really thinking about is, flopping in a chair somewhere or going to bed. Book work has to be done. Yeah. Because you let it pile up, it turns into quite the task. Okay. I know a lot of guys shuffle that all off on their wives, little devils. But, it's just something you got to do. I always like to know that I know what I've spent. Because I'm usually the old boy out spending the money on the place. And if I don't know, because let me tell you something, when you start watching that dollar amount rise up too high, you start making some decisions of, I don't care if it's on sale or not, do I have to have that right now? Okay? Use your heads. And that's pretty much what I was trying to get him to do, is get your accounting in line. Take the time, get it done. I said, all this infrastructure you're putting in, new chicken coop and blah, blah, you need to know what that cost you and get that on paper so that you can track it. Because that's going to tag with you for a while. So for new folks starting out, that'd be one of my best piece of advice to you. And a lot of the ag services and stuff, they have already pre-done farm expense and so forth spreadsheets that you can get downloaded, play with it, get it set up for your operation, and that's an easy way if you're not real good with Excel. But do definitely get a system in place. When you start spending money on that place, you need to have the system in place to track every nickel, dime, and quarter you spend. It adds up faster than you might think. Okay. Well, I shelled out $10 for this and $15 for that, and I don't know what the receipt. I can guarantee you, if you don't have that receipt in front of you, you're gonna forget you even spent it. It's gonna be $10 you're out. Okay, because you're not gonna know that it's costing to put it back. You know what I'm saying? It's a business. Treat it as a business. Okay? You think places like, I don't know, Walmart even, you don't think they track every nickel, dime, and quarter? Yeah, we do. That's the way they know, this month we got to cut back a few employees because we just didn't make enough money. They track it close. All right? So try to keep that in mind. Keep your costs in line. Do the work. Okay? I know it's not fun and it's not easy and it's very boring and it's really tough to do when you're tired. But in the long run, it'll pay off for you. Yeah, I also put a link down here to a video I found out of Australia dealing with Monsanto. And I may stick this one over as an update on the GMO stuff. But it looks like Australia didn't accept the dicamba. They're still using Roundup. But it's a good video to watch because it really shows you Mother Monsanto and the like. That's got to be the linest bunch of boys that ever fell out of their mamas. I've never seen anything like them. They're getting smacked with these lawsuits for cancer and trying to get the UN to back off their classification as being Roundup being a carcinogenic. So on, so on, so on. I'm telling you, if you're going to start in with that stuff, be careful. Be real careful. And the stuff we're using here in the United States is far more dangerous than Roundup. Okay? Yeah. So be careful. The regenerative agriculture is a good way to go because you're not dealing with all that toxic nonsense. run your land like that for a while, you can get yourself, you can even go and jump through the hoops and get your organic certification. I know that's not a big deal for the average farmer, but if you're doing it right and you can get that certification, it's just going to let you market your products for a little bit more money. Okay, and you're going to quickly learn every dime counts. And your revenue streams come from a lot of different directions. I'm getting ready to do another issue of that. I'm just putting one up this afternoon. As a matter of fact, sitting behind me right now uploading. Uh, but the next one's going to be on stacking in and management of your livestock and so forth, and a little more on in depth of the soil side of it. It's all about that, man. It's all about your soil. It's about the crops you put on top of the soil and how you manage that livestock. And that livestock, like I say, you got cows, you got goats, you got chickens, you got, whatever. Some guys run sheep in too. Every one of those is a product for your farm, okay? And you're more diversified. If cattle market's down but goats are selling like crazy, you got something still coming in. Right? So diversify your operation. Make it a real farm. And farms always had a little row cropping, livestock, eggs, because the coming futures, that's going to be something you'll want to have in place. All right. Anyway, a little advice from a very old man. And by tonight, I'm feeling it was rainy and nasty all day today. I'd like to be able to wear my black hat now and again. This thing is like my portable umbrella. Miserable weather. I am ready for sunshine, man. Anyway, hope you all had a great week. I hope you have a absolutely wonderful weekend, and we'll be talking to you real soon. Take care.